Welcome to Interval Club. This can be done on any cardio machine. It can be done running outside. It can be doing on any monostructural modality. What does that mean? That's fancy talk for one machine. So the interval club is sometimes it's just steady state. So doing a single distance or a single time. Other times it's simple intervals like it's going to be today. Other times it's complex intervals. It varies depending on what we're working on. Today's interval club, we're going to be working on anaerobic intervals. So the goal here is to get your heart rate up high and recover. Now, for all of our interval clubs, the goal is going to be to achieve a certain pace or a certain time, and that's going to be used by recording your results. If this is the first time you've done it, you're going to be recording a baseline, and this is important because this is how we're going to measure progress over time and then benchmark the different workouts that we repeat. So for today's workout, we've got 10 sets, not 5. Did the 5 already. 10 sets of 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. So we're going to be getting up, heart rate up high, and then recovering. And over time, what you're going to see if you look at a heart rate graph is that recovery starts to diminish between intervals. Our goal is to increase our anaerobic endurance, meaning being able to get a high pace up, then recover, get that high pace up again. And today's goal is going to be to aim for your ideal 2,000 meter row pace, or 2,000 meter ski pace, or 4,000 meter bike pace, or we're going to go for your 2K run pace. Now, if you don't know what that is, as I said, baseline. The warm-up today is going to just be a quick general prep, and then you are going to do whichever machine or monostructural modality, whether that's running, skipping, rowing, whatever it is. Actually, skipping for 2 minutes straight, I mean, you could do it, but that's going to be tough. But whatever that is, that's going to be your secondary part. That's going to be the pattern grooving. So for today, I'm going to be using the rower. We're going to do a general prep together just to get the joints ready. And then you're going to go into about 5 to 10 minutes of warming up and doing specific drills. It could be longer as well. The workout is 38 minutes. You're going to set your clock to 10 sets of 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. Those of you using Ergs, highly recommend that you update or download the new Erg Data app. It's a free app that Concept 2 provides, and it's a great way to set your intervals up without having to do it on the screen. It's going to allow you to log your data as well, so you can just do quick reviews there, and there's a lot more information. You can connect your heart rate and just see things much easier than you could in the old way. Let's get started. General prep for interval club. We're going to start first on your hands and knees. Flex and extend through the spine. So we want to go up and down and extend, up and down. Just gently get that spine moving through a full range of motion. And just find those end ranges. Get the chin tucked in to the chest. And we're going to get back into our tabletop. You're going to open your hands up, fingers out, thumbs forward. You're going to drop the hips down to one side, look over top of the opposite hip. So hips drop to the left, look over the right side, vice versa. Get a little rotation through the spine now. 3, 2, and 1. Go down into a child's pose rock. Left and right here. Back and forth. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. Lengthen through the spine. Keep the butt down towards the heels. Gently walk those fingertips forwards. Now you're going to pull your hips forwards, open up the hands, thumbs forward, fingers out to the side. Drop the hips down, and we're going to get some loaded extension through the hips, and then we're going to move to one side, move that to the other side, and then one more time, left and right, over and back, and then back up in to the tabletop here. Get some shoulder and wrist prep. So I want to separate the fingers as much as possible. Feel the stretch through the forearms. Lean forward a little bit, and then scapular push-ups, the knees down onto the ground. Load up those arms. Okay, more importantly, just connecting the full torso, understanding how the shoulder blades should move. And even if you're running, this is important to get those shoulders to relax. 2, 1, on your butt. Heels out in front of you. I want to drop the heels down one side. Drop the heels down the other side. Over and back. Over and back. 3, 2, 1. Get into a 90-90 position here. We're going to reach. Feel that stretch. And then leg comes forwards. Reach. Feel the stretch. Legs come forwards. Leg comes forwards. And this next one here, we're not going to use the arm. So I want to reach first, and now I want to lift the hands up. I want to bring foot forwards, hinge. I'm going to bring that foot back, reach without the arm coming down the ground, forwards. One more, little hip activation here. Reach. Let's go on the other side. Find that 90-90 position. Hand is down to start. Reach back with the leg. Reach and rotate. We got 2 here. Extend through the spine. Reach. Come on up. Okay, and we're going to continue this with the arms off the ground. Reach. Alternate. Reach. Alternate. Last one here. And good. Let's get into a frog position. So hips come back, hands are forwards. Just gently rock. Find equal tension between left and right sides. We're going to go through a little hip internal rotation. The side that I'm rotating to, I just bring that hand forwards, get a little more balance. Hips back, rotate. Hips back, rotate. Back and forth. 3 and 2. Actually, that one's it. And sinking back. Okay, we're going to thread the needle here from a frog position. Reach, rotate, reach, rotate. 3 there. Other side, reach, and rotate, reach, rotate. One more. 2 and 1. From here, let's go into a down dog, pedal out, push one heel in, opposite hand goes in with that heel, pressing back and forth. Look under the armpit to the side that you're pressing the heel down into. Loosen up through the shoulders. And then we're here. We're going to go into a loaded beast, knees off the ground, and we're going to go into a beast reach. So hips come up, chin is tucked, one leg comes up, toe is pointed. I'm going to come into reach position, hips come up, loaded beast. Other side, hips up, leg up, point the toe, come forwards, up high, back down, and now we're going to do a front step. Front step, hold this position here. Fist down on the ground. You put your hands as well, but the fist just creates a little bit more height, makes it a little bit easier. Again, this position, front circles. I'll face the camera on the other one so you can see this a little differently from different angles. Switch directions, hips rotating. Now what I want to do, keep that back knee off the ground. I'm going to thread the needle again. I want to reach as far as I can. Palm is up, back of the hand on the ground. And then as I reach up here, I want to drive through the hand that's on the ground. I want to push back, reach back as far as I can. Get that stretch to the hip flexor of the leg that's behind. Come back, repeat. 3 reps. 2. Don't rush it. Rotate. 1 more. Rotate. Good. And we're going to go into a down dog, pedal out, and then up step on the other side. I'm just going to rotate so you can see a different angle here. Okay, and in this position, my fists are on the ground. Circles forward with the hip. It gets translated. Those knees. Circles drawn with the knees. Goes through the hips. 3, 2, 1. So thread the needle here. Palm up. Back of the hand on the ground. And then as I rotate, I'm pushing this arm through the ground. Reach back. Rotate. 2 more. 2. Reach. 1. And then back down. Pedal out. Inchworm up. Keep the chin tucked. Slowly up. Hands on the tops of the hips. Extend through the spine. Push those hips forwards. We're going to finish up little hip airplanes here. So let's get into a hinge. And then you want to open up. Ooh, it's good for my Achilles rehab for balance. And if you do it on a mat, okay, it gives you a little less support. So it makes it tougher to balance. So as I hinge, I want to move and rotate from the hip on the planted leg. I am not lifting up the other leg. It's a common mistake here. I'm rotating through the hip of the planted leg. For balance, if you can't do this, you can hold on to something. 3, 2, and 1. Come on, up. Switching sides. Get your balance. Hinge and open. Go at your own pace. I'll count you down. Don't worry about how many you're doing. Focus on your form. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. It's your general prep. Now get on to your pattern grooving for the movement that you're going to be doing in today's intervals. So here are my questions for you. Format-wise, what do you like? The briefing before, general prep after, and then get right into it? Or do you like a quick briefing on what we're going to do, general prep, and then a reminder? And that's what I'm going to do right now. So think of what I had before this, the former. This is the latter. Gave you your briefing before. We did a general prep. I've now assumed that at this point, you've done your pattern grooving, which is your movement prep for whatever you're doing specifically. So on the rower, I've already done my row specific warm-up, but if you're running, you're doing a run specific warm-up. So once that's done, you get a little time to look, see exactly what you're doing, set up your intervals, and we'll get going. So for this is set 10 sets of 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. Set this up if you've got a GPS watch or if you're on a erg, set this up ahead of time. We want to see all of those splits, and that's what you're going to be recording. Our goal is to improve your anaerobic endurance. So we want to get your heart rate up. We want you to recover, but we want you to maintain a steady pace throughout all 10, which means that your first set and your last set should be relatively similar. For me, my goal here is going to be getting my ideal 2,000 meter pace. Now, for that, I'm aiming for a 140, okay, 140 over 500 meter split. So what that means for me is that if I go 135 for the first set, which is probably very doable, maybe even faster, then I can assume that I'm going to burn out and I am not understanding the objective. So if you are running, if you're biking, whatever that is, find the fastest pace that you think you can maintain for 10 sets. We will redo this and we'll benchmark it so you'll be able to use that data. But if this is your baseline, think about what your 2,000 meter pace is, and that's going to be, well, it's a 2 minute pace. So think about what your 2 minute pace is, what you can maintain for 2 minutes. Target pace for me is a 2,000 meter ideal pace. So that's a 140. Whatever that is, set up your screens. You can set up a pace boat, get after it. See you on the other side. See you on the leaderboard.